Hello. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome to the Queen's Guide. Good morning.
How's everybody doing? All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I know we've been waiting for this day.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
So, hello, melanated queens. Thank you for tuning in into the Queen's Guide. We value your presence and welcome you to the seat at the table.
Yes, welcome back. We don't own any rights to the music used on the podcast. We're not health professionals or doctors or therapists. We're just Black women who care about our own and want to love on you and speak life. Absolutely. So last week our subject was through life storms, and we each, we didn't get a chance to go through all that we wanted to talk about, and we were just getting started, so we wanted to bring that back around. So this is part 2 of our discussion from last week, the 22nd, through life storms. And just to kind of recap, we each kind of shared our story of one of the storms, right? Because there's many. We all go through something through our life at any given time, but we each shared a story of our own, and we invite you too to also join in the conversation. We'd love to hear your truth. Please share with us. I'll start. I had said that my storm was in 2019, a furlough of 2019, that affected not only the Govies, but it also affected some contractors who work with the government. And I'm a contractor with the government, so I was affected by the furlough. It was a very difficult time. It was a lesson time. It was a very challenging time. And I think it was just another one that you just say, why me, Lord? Or you just get to that hopelessness point. So that was my story.
So mine this was in 97. That was in my 20s. My first love. So it was a bad breakup with my ex. It was another woman in his life, and then not only that, later on a child came involved that I did not know for a couple of days. So that's something that I had shared. It was definitely difficult, but made it through. Yeah.
Mine was just balancing going back to school, work, the girls, and just the mountain hills and trials and tribulations that I went through, even spiritually, and just kind of letting God take control.
Jay's question. Did you give up?
Oh, and please,
Yes.
again, recap your storm. We'd love to hear your story and your truth. Right. So what made you almost give up?
For me, so past that, it just, you just felt alone around that time. And of course, back, especially just coming from a different culture, no one is going to understand that. First they're going to say, like, oh my God, you were young, you should just let it go, like, why are you acting like this? So I just felt alone at that time. And that's what made me move, to a different city, to a different state, because I didn't want my sibling or my family to see that. Of course, there was some other stuff behind it that they don't even know. No one knows. So that's, yeah. So it was definitely time. Yeah, just feeling alone. Yeah.
I would say for me, it was, I didn't have the answer. I am a very strong mom. I always figure it out. I always try my best to figure out a solution. I always come up with an answer. And I got to a point, I didn't have an answer. I had no solution for my issues, and it was mixed with embarrassment and frustration and anger. So that was the lowest point of mine. For me, I would say just feeling extremely overwhelmed and feeling tired and, like her not always having the answer, and then also questioning, because I had felt that God had put going back to school and, kind of building that foundation in my heart. Mm-hmm. So then when I experienced, like, this is hard.
Yeah.
Is this what you really wanted me to do? Mm-hmm. And having to really fix my relationship with Him and have faith. Because definitely if God puts something on your heart, it doesn't mean it's going to be easy.
Right.
But just have faith, and God will get you through, and you know the outcome is always beautiful.
So, we'll have an answer.
One that I would say, how did you go through it?
You kind of mentioned
Yeah,
having
prayer.
faith.
Yeah.
Prayer and having faith, and then my daughters, seeing them every day and wanting so much more for them. Yeah, it's been a journey, definitely, and I'm still in it.
Yes.
But
Don't get there.
And she's doing
Yeah, we're
great.
doing
She
good.
made the dean
She's
list.
doing amazing.
She's
yeah.
doing amazing.
You're definitely an example to a lot of young
And
women your age, let me
thank
tell you.
And God's
Yeah.
been coming through.
Yes,
Yeah, He
yes,
does.
He has. Yeah, and you have such a beautiful heart.
What help me through? I would recap on what Jay said. Having faith. Sometimes you got to cry out to God, and I could tell you, I cried a few times
I was
in the
crying
darkness.
Yes.
Out to God, because it was scary. I will say, and I mentioned this during the last podcast, that my friends, I withdraw when I'm going through difficult times, or I shut down, I withdraw, I close off. And people, I love you guys, who know me, they allow me that time, but then they reach out and to even just let me know that they see me. So leaning on my friends and then also my family, that's what got me through.
You know, I think I'm agree with that one too. Again, definitely stay prayed up. For me, actually, I found one friend that was just, actually two of them. Two of my girlfriends. One day I'll mention their name. I have to ask them first. With these, I don't know what I would have done without them. Seriously, they were the best. I'm glad I met them because I was ready to leave Ohio. Period. I didn't even know where to go after that. But because of them, they, when I heard their stories, and I'm like, wow. And of course, when they heard mine, they're like, wait a minute, I was just nothing compared to what you went through.
Exactly.
And I'm saying to them, well, you almost didn't even have a place to stay. So which one is, so you just do the comparison. And we just, with one of I just started going to church and prayed up. I kept myself busy. I started volunteering. And then I had to look back and say, okay, so I'm the oldest. And I got to show my little siblings I have to be the example. Again, because if I fall, then what are they going to look up to? So that's definitely when I found these two, and of course then after that I found more loved ones that care. So yeah, definitely. But number one, stay prayed up. Like Lola said, boy did I cry. Forget me crying when you got to see me here, but it was yeah. I'm like, God, I need you now. So yeah. So the other one, I would say, what advice do we give to others going through storms? What would you?
Pretty much what we've been saying all along, stay prayed up. Don't give up. Take it a day at a time. You can take it a step at a time. Just, give yourself time to heal.
Those are all good. I'm going to echo the same thing. Even when you don't think God is there, He's working. And we ain't trying to, let's get it straight. We're not trying to, but we do recognize where our help comes from.
Exactly.
And we do honor and give God glory.
Right. And who our provider is.
Absolutely. So that's our truth. Having people who care about you, who just generally care and love and want to make sure you're okay. They were awesome, so lean on them. I had said it last time, I'll say it today. You never know who's paying attention to you. You never know who's watching you, wanting you to win and help you out. And also on the flip side of that, you also know who's in your corner when you really need them.
Right.
That's another podcast.
Yes.
But
another surroundings.
Yes. That and also I will say it's so, and I have to give the church pastor Charles Stanley on channel TNN or that church channel credit for this, but he said you have to not get so focused on, basically, this is a Lola summary, and he's wonderful, and he's definitely an auditor and speaks wonderfully. I'm going to give you a Lola version. He said,
Yeah.
even when you're going through difficult storms, understand basically that God is still there. And so don't get so focused on your storm. And it's so easy, and I know this message has been said many times before, but it needs to be repeated because you need to get it, right? So don't get so focused on your storm. Figure out what your lesson needs to be in that, and just, give way. Give way and let God lead you where he wants to lead you.
She preaching today.
Yes, she
go,
is.
Go,
You know what I love when Lola preaches? I'm like,
oh.
well, remember I said it. She's a preacher.
But also, your family, your friends. I had people reaching out to me. I didn't even know I was on their radar. But I am so thankful for them, and they helped me through that. So that's all I got to say about that.
Amen to that.
And she said what she said.
That's her daughter. She would know. I was, of course, number one, I would say definitely stay prayed up. Keep God in your life. But also do what us black people or just black women that we don't do. Go see help. Go see counseling. There's nothing wrong with that. If I would have known this back in the days when I went through, I would have done that in a heartbeat. But again, when we go seek for help, remember, there's something wrong with us.
Well, that's a different spin.
Yeah.
Because is that what you did when you were going through? Did you seek counseling?
No.
But you wish you did.
But I wish I did.
But that's a different spin. So
Yeah.
maybe if you're going through a difficult time, something that you need to, outside of your circle or whatever, seek counseling through that will get you through better. What got you through it? Well, what was your takeaway? What's another one?
I had to just stay focused, I stayed by myself for a while.
Also, see,
That's what I did. I was busy. I was, like I said before, I was volunteering. I started class, so that really helped me. And some of my surroundings, I was making sure who was around, But definitely, I think, even though we went to church when I was younger so much, I think I went to church a lot, But I had to go to church somewhere that I know I could understand, that understood what they were talking about. So, yeah, I kept myself busy. It helped.
And you brought up a really good point in the last question. You always think, like, when you're in the midst of it, you think, oh my gosh, how could this happen to me? And you become, like, engulfed with whatever you're going through. And just realizing that it could always be worse. There is somebody out here who is fighting to wake up the next morning.
Yes.
Definitely. And just realizing you're still blessed. Even though you're going through that trial, you're still blessed.
Yeah. And I thank God for my family, like I said before, like our family's so strong. My sisters and my brothers at that time, they were little, but my sisters would call and check up on me. Then later on when I made the great friends, people that I worked with, thank God, even though they didn't know the situation, they just seen. So that helped, like, okay, good. Then I'm not alone. So don't be scared to share. I think for me, this incident that happened, I didn't share it till later. I mean, like, really, real late. And they couldn't believe it that I went through that. They're like, we would never think you would go through this, and you're smiling, you were happy, always just, your energy. But I didn't want folks to see that. So it's okay for people to see the time, like that you need someone. Yeah. So even like now, totally different. So that's what I always say. You got to go through life to really appreciate what's going on now, and guess what? When another thing happens, can be worse than that, you're going to be all right. If you can handle that, you can handle anything that comes. So just like situation, what happened with the, when there was, with the job. You like, look how good you did. You went through that. Another storm comes, you're going to, boom, you're going to rush it. You're going to know.
Jesus, but I don't welcome it.
No, you don't.
You get to rebuke it.
Right. But it just teaches us how to be stronger for the other outcome, the other stuff that's going to come through. So, just from every conversation that we had with you all, from our conversation, what do you take away? Do you have any questions? How do you feel? What did you go through? And it's okay to share it. I think we said that. There's nothing wrong to share with us, and I did say this, there's no judgment at all. I know in this industry now, like, everyone's judging, but this is what this podcast is about. Let's share what we go through.
Right.
So
And what's
definitely-
comfortable
Yeah.
for you to share.
Mm-hmm.
Answer all the questions, please. How did you get through it? That's going to be great advice for somebody else who
Yeah, you never know who could.
can relate
Yeah.
to you,
Mhm.
been where you've been, or somebody who's currently going through it now. That's very important. Ooh, let me just say this. I know I've been coughing since February. It is not the coronavirus.
Yeah.
I am fine.
Because if it was, she wouldn't be here.
See, this is what
You know what?
you guys only know what happens
You know
when
what?
the cameras are not on.
I have allergies. Allergies. Okay, allergies.
I won't drink today.
That was a good ask, and that was a good conclusion. And
Giveaway announcement.
So now we're gonna bring this giveaway topic back.
Yes.
There are no winners yet.
bad news, good news.
Yeah, unfortunately, no winners yet, but that's okay. We're gonna bring it back around. We're gonna give it a couple of weeks. Mother's Day's coming
Mother's
up,
Day.
so you never know
Yes.
what's
So maybe that's a good
happening.
opportunity to bring it back around.
Right, so make sure you follow all the rules. You want this stuff. Who does not want free stuff?
Free
If
stuff.
y'all don't take it this time around, I'm gonna take it.
I know.
I'm just saying.
We're going to fight
Okay?
for that one. I don't
We'll
know.
put a new spin on it. You know, we have some flares or something. I don't know.
Right,
You pay
I don't
attention.
know.
Less quality, less things you have to do.
Right.
We do like take it easy. I'm that girl too. If it ain't easy, some things. So we'll make it easier to enter. But Mother's Day. Speaking of which,
Mother's
Yes.
Day. So we've been posting. There's a Mother's Day. It's called Remember Me Mother's Day Brunch, and actually it's going to be me hosting it, and my co-host will be Shanae Robinson. She's actually from Royal Legacy Events. She lives in New Jersey. So we're doing this together. This Mother's Day actually is a special thing. It's kind of dedicated to our friend Alexis. So this is something that she wanted to do a while back. So let me get your tickets. There's 3 early bird tickets left.
oh
Look, I'm mentioning to them too.
yes,
Okay. So make sure you get that. If you need to be if you want to be a vendor, a sponsor, we'll put our information down to the link, and then you guys can follow that. But definitely come in. It's going to be brunch. It's going to be from 12 to 3. It's going to be in Bethesda, Maryland. Beautiful place, the Marriott Suites. So definitely don't miss out. We got a DJ ready. We got a speaker. Thank you.
what's the topic of the speaker? Do you know?
So we're gonna basically talk about just a little bit life, what to go through, but just kind of make it kind of not too sad a little bit, because kind of want folks to just motivational, and what to go through. So I'll be speaking with her soon, and next time I can let you guys know. Shanae sent me a couple of them, and I don't know when you say energy, and this is just over YouTube. I watched her. I was like, I want her. I like her. Yeah, and that's it. So she's gonna be on. So I'll be talking to her soon. I need to call her today, actually. So yes, get your tickets. We're gonna have fun.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. And I want to go back to our topic. I just thought of something, and it's a great point. So this is kind of off
Okay.
our
that's
plan,
okay.
but it's good.
Look,
So
when Miss Lola,
Right.
you gotta turn around.
Hey,
Okay.
for the ground shake.
Look, y'all see the hair?
like I need a cane or something. Oh.
By the way, they've been laughing at me all day, but I think it's the haircut. It's so cute.
It is
Y'all
very
like it?
cute. It is very cute. We like it. She thinks she's sassy. So no matter what.
Love yourself. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. So no matter what, and I kind of learned this even through other storms in life and everything, especially when I had my daughters. One thing I was very keen on was, at first I wanted to be hard and I wanted to show them nothing affected, nothing affected me. I didn't want them to see me cry or hurt or weak, right? I wanted to be super mom. And then I learned, and this comes especially when you have a family, children that you really influence them like that. I learned later on, and then also through great advice, through some of my recent storms, through the furlough, and therefore, that they have to see you go through difficulty, really, the real you, right? They have to see you cry. They have to see that fear, and then you talk them through what you're going through. During the furlough, I was hard. I had figured it out, even though I was crying at night when everybody was sleeping. During the day, I was like super mom. Nothing fazed me. I would figure it out. We got it. And then I had to stop because I was breaking inside because I couldn't put up this facade for a long time.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of what you have to do. So yeah, they saw me cry and they saw me worried and they prayed with me, and those are the lessons that I taught my kids. Like, this is real life. My daughters and my grandkids, right? And sometimes it's great and sometimes it hurts, but you know what? And I go with that. But it's okay because one, I always know where my answer is. Two, I have such a great circle of love,
Yeah.
right? That I can only win no matter how rough it is. So that's my point.
Oh,
And that's
I love
healthy.
that.
Crying and
Yes.
getting that release is healthy. Okay, so that's an important step.
Yeah,
in
let
pulling
them see
yourself
that.
back together. And once
Yeah.
you dust yourself back off, you hit the ground running.
Yes.
And they need to see that because
They
that
do.
teaches them that it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay when you're unsure or whatever, and how to recover from that. You don't get stuck in that.
Right.
So
And
use it as a
children
life
are-
lesson.
Children are a blessing because, like, if my daughter
Say that
see me
again.
cry, you know, they're don't cry. Mommy.
Yes.
Oh my
I
gosh,
love
yes.
you, Mommy.
Yes.
They're kissing me and they'll pray with me, and I don't know, it does something to me.
Yeah. You know, I will never forget this. My niece, she saw me crying, I think maybe like one time, because I try not for her to see me cry. But literally, she came after me and said, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Oh my God." I said, "I'm okay."
Isn't
that's
that wonderful?
Yes.
It's like the pureness of
And
a
she's
kid.
already, her heart is just amazing, you
Mhm.
know. But yeah, when she said, I was like, "Oh my God." But you know what? My crying stopped after she asked me that.
Aw.
Yeah. So it was, yeah, but you definitely, like you said, kids are something else.
They are.
Oof, you guys are blessed.
They're a blessing. They
Yeah.
really are. So I just wanted to add that. I thought that was
That was
important.
good.
That
I'm
was
glad
a
you
beautiful
did.
point.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
That was excellent.
Yes. I'm telling you, they're my medicine. My second medicine.
aw.
And you put your giveaway, the Mother's Day event, on both of our pages.
Mhm.
And
Yes, we did,
we have it
and
up
we're
there.
going to do it again.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So check out our pages,
Mhm.
and look at the information. Hopefully you join us.
Yeah.
We're gonna be there. We gotta
It's
support
gonna
us,
be-
girl.
Right.
But we're also gonna be there because we're mothers.
Yes.
And she said free food. No.
Lord, that,
It's not.
see,
So she
see.
said free good food, fancy.
Yeah.
I
We
said fancy.
We fancy. We fancy.
You're going to start something.
Okay.
And now for our mantra. Y'all know what's up.
Yes.
On the count of 3.
Let me get my card ready.
Yes.
Almost have this.
1, 2, 3.
I am loved. I am growing. I am healing. I am empowered. I am at peace. I am confident. I am healthy. I am respected. I choose happiness. I am a queen.
I love when I
All
say
right,
that.
all
I am
right.
a queen.
So our next podcast is not
The
the
21st.
21st. So please join us. We look forward to it. The topic and just spending time with you guys.
Always
Enjoying our
good
mimosas
times.
and our coffees.
Yes.
And just
It's
spending
always-
time with us.
yeah.
It's all family. It's all love. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, please on the group page. We'd love to hear from you. On the other page, our business page, I believe, we'd love to hear from you.
Feedbacks.
Feedback
Yes.
is golden, so please. And thank you.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.
See you guys later.